That's right, it's your boy Lotion, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on out in the world right now, but what's most important is what's going on in here with all of us. Not just me, not just bro, but you too, right? We cannot allow the pressure all around us to disturb us, knock us off balance, and ruin the peace that we already have within. There's always gonna be problems in the world. There's always gonna be things that seem wrong. Whenever we wake up, no matter what day it is, there's always gonna be an issue to address, right? But what is most important is that we make sure that we're maintaining our peace and our balance within, so that way we are prepared to go forth and fight the fight that we have to fight in the time that we have to fight it, right? What I'm trying to tell you is that you gotta be balanced. You gotta keep your noodle loose.
Loosening the noodle.
That's right.
That's right. So, with that being said, did you know there is a price to pay for everything?
That's right.
There's a price to pay for change. There's a price to pay for the greatest version of yourself.
That's right.
There's a price to pay for healing. There's a price to pay for anything with like business, with anything with strength, getting in shape.
No matter what.
There's always a price to pay. But one thing I've understood through this whole process is, if you don't take care of self and keep the noodle loose, you gotta loosen the noodle. If you don't keep the noodle loose, you'll be putting an investment into something that's not worth it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
sometimes we gotta go left before we get right.
Man.
We gotta go down before we get up. What we're trying to say is to loosen the noodle and keep it aligned to where it needs to be, you gotta go in before you go out. Because if you go out too long, Nick, you're gonna spread yourself thin, and then you won't be able to go in so that you can be a greater version of yourself out.
Woo! That's right. And what that means is this. Now, we all have these fancy cell phone devices.
Yes.
We all have all these fancy gadgets. And we know that when our phones, our computers, or whatever it is start running a little slow, it's a reason behind it, right? Why isn't this thing working? And then you pop up that little screen with all the apps that you got open at the time.
Or
like,
all the different tabs you got open.
You got all this stuff going on. It's like, oh man, let me close some of this stuff. Let me
close it off.
Put some of this on pause. We must learn to do the same thing within ourselves, right? Sometimes we spread ourselves way too thin, right? Sometimes we have just way too much going on at one time, and we have to remember that we are only human. We are not machines, and you can only do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And if there is no foundation, right? If there is no peace, if there is nothing structurally sound to stand on, right? We aren't gonna be able to accomplish anything. We're gonna be running slow and dragging, just like these weak phones, even though that they've been engineered to work their best, just like we have been engineered to work our best. If we don't keep our peace and our balance, we ain't good for nothing.
Nobody at all. So, closing the tabs.
Yeah.
Getting rid of some apps.
That's right.
You gotta turn it off. You gotta reboot.
Oh yeah.
And let it load up properly.
Oh yeah.
So that you can then master one lane first.
One thing at a time.
One craft first.
Little by little.
But if you can't master that lane and your foundation isn't strong, when you fall off that next level that you're trying to reach to, when you fall off, there's nothing to fall back on. So the reboot is then null and void.
Yep.
So again, there's a price to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Whether that's you continue to go left and forget about your right, whether that's you continue to go out instead of you going in, whether that's you continue to go down and remain down instead of going up.
Man. So what you saying, Lotion?
What you saying, Lotion?
So what I'm trying to tell you is that
What you trying to tell me?
when you get down,
It's
not because you drug yourself down. It's because you're being weighed down. Right? And when you're being weighed down, it's a lot harder to go up. So what you need to do when you get down is let go. Right? Hit refresh, close some tabs, close some apps, right? And find some peace, right? Because peace is a solid foundation. And we all know with a foundation, something solid, it's easy to build on, right? It's much easier to stand up on something that's solid, like peace and balance, right?
So is peace part of loosening the noodle?
what I'm telling you is that peace is a part of loosening the noodle, but you got to remember that you are what's important in this life. This is your life. You're the captain. You're steering the boat, right? It goes where you want it to go, right? So what you got to do is make sure that you're maintaining your peace, your happiness. You're doing things for yourself, not just for everybody else, right? Making sure that the person that you prioritizing above everything is you, right? So that you can maintain that, so that you can let go of what you need to let go of, so you can continue to elevate.
Come on, you
and
gonna
move
find out.
forward,
Let's go, brother.
right? And continue
Let's
and
go.
carry that energy.
Let's go.
It's way more important to keep your peace than it is to spread yourself thin and wear yourself out for stuff that's not serving you and giving you nothing back, right? Because that's the stuff that's gonna weigh you down. All those outside pressures. Oh, I need you to do this. Oh, I need you to come here. I need you to meet with these people. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me, right? Make sure that you asking yourself them same questions. What can you do for you today? What am I gonna do for myself right now? How can I improve me in this time, right? So that I can be better and I can go out and I can spread myself out and be good for all those people that need me to be good for them. I gotta be good for me first. But that means that I gotta maintain my peace and my balance. Keep my noodle loose.
Well, my noodle is loose now. I felt all of what you just said. And I understand now that my noodle is so loose and it's so aligned now. It feels so much different. It feels so just energized by you. Oh, Jesus, what's going on with us right now? So my noodle is loose. And with that being said, I know that the price that I have to pay for what it is I want to do, what you want to do, what we want to do, is going to be something greater than we've ever seen before. So we have to become more aligned with our noodles being loose, so that we can become the greatest version of ourselves, so that we can continue to be able to go in, so we can go out, so that even if we're down, we definitely can go up, so that even when we go left, we always unify together and we can go right. That's right. That's right. Winning all day long. Period.
That's another one. That's another one.